Alright, here goes. This is what I learned about awful time that I was over there. I'm really sad and I still cannot take the idea of my mind, that when you are actually doing something and then they try to steal, even if it is an objective, because sometimes you might not know what is happening. It wasn't the purpose of making a video, but it was just because I need some of the expansion. And they will say they call it diaspora, and the diaspora that relies on your essence is the most cool that I have, that I was able to witness, and all about the relativity and my experiences, my own experience, my own personal experiences. And I started to have, because people wanted, to try to do this kind of Jenga game when you try to just take all the movements that you have, and the only power that I have on me, it was the music that I love. And most of the time, the music that I love is the music that always makes me feel alright, and it summarizes the whole perception that I have when I'm dedicated into something. And when I got into that cringe level of concentrated in something that actually I want, because I believe it's fair, I give 100%. And the things that I'm like, no matter what, in that thing, I will say, but it's not gonna work because people, and it all depends about the geographics. Because at this moment, the people will be talking about, so how is that you don't have this, or you don't have this support, or you don't have people just trying to be inventing stories about you, and all of the randomness that they will try to say towards a person, how much that is a lot of hatred. And in this diaspora of the person that I was trying to follow and be fit to fit in the inner circle, and then be able to expand with a great version of the story, is because actually I was unfamiliar with the whole history as it is. But I was also starting to study spaces and how they affect society, and how they affect a lot of, numbers of people, and how they are they are driven to these spaces when they can actually put a diaspora as the one that you have. And you are for me, you are the huge or the most talented person that I have never met in my life, for real. But I always see, as a way of respecting, because right now I understand how also the media mistreated me really wrong. And the media mistreated me really wrong because they have unfulfilling expectancy. And I was a gambler for all my life, in the correct path. I was always gambling. And the main idea with this was that I was already gonna do something, and it crossed all the diaspora that was merging with something, and things that I have to be giving up to you and saying I'm a passionate with when we're talking about cinematographics. And I know that here you are here so you can receive more. But at the end of the talk is that you gotta understand what is the commitment. And for me, it's not a problem, right? Because they will try to say a lot of controversy, and a lot of people, they will try to be adding the negativity in the narrative. And I'm sorry for my English, and I'm really sorry. I feel awful because maybe I don't speak very well. I don't stretch stretch the pronunciation, because I just go straight forward. And this was like, I know already, maybe it's just to have something draw or, like a plot, and you have to find out all of these things, but you are also facing with a lot of demons in this present, because it's a present that is happening, right? We are not coding no time lapse at this moment, and in this present, you're still finding out that you have a lot of people that are ferocious and they have really demons, and we are talking about the evilness that exists over there. And what I like is that maybe some people, not all, but some, like you, might see my interior, and you can see actually that is goodness inside of me. And that I'm not this person, like, even if I have bad or negativity towards my personality, because maybe I'm also a person that it's outrageous, and sometimes, like, I have this level of temper in my way of behaving, and sometimes I explode, sometimes I say things that I shouldn't be saying, sometimes I sometimes I try also to not bond with, they call it big sharks. Because they call it big sharks because they have made an enterprise, and they have and they think that they have all the control, but at the end of the day, when you see the diaspora, that it's the new generation, and I'm trying to think like that, and I said, look, I'm going to be thankful because I have found a master, even if the person doesn't have enough experience, but because they will try to say, like, you just want to manipulate persons. And I said, like, I never wanted. I just wanted to fit in the circle, and then from there, be able to give all the knowledge that I have. All the knowledge that I have. Why? Because that's something that I will be thankful if somebody that was maybe more experienced that I am,